Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Contest of Speed Tier 2. My name is Dan. I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sat alongside me, my old partner in crime. It's Matt.
Good evening, Danny.
Hello.
Good evening. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this race.
It should be a good one.
It should be a good one. That's what we thought about last night, but we'll move on.
Yeah, we won't talk about last night. A little bit of a calamity. Catalogue of errors going on for Tier 3 yesterday, of which myself and Matt were a part, but we move on. Tier 2 is here, Tier 2 is live, and Tier 2 is here to show us how it's all done.
And hopefully, we'll have a full stream as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
If Cody wants to let us do that.
Fingers crossed.
Swines.
Swines indeed. So, you may notice that we only have 19 drivers. The 20th is Crowan. He's having some troubles with Wi-Fi and logging in, but assuming he is ready before the end of qualifying, he will be appearing. If not, he's going to miss out, unfortunately. We should have 20 drivers on the grid, yes.
2 weeks in a row.
Tier 2, like I say, showing us all how it's done.
Yeah, they won.
First man out. Yep. First man out is Mark, closely followed by Cygate and Arbar.
Mark said he's brought rear wings, front wings, more front wings. He's asked Red Bull from last night to hand out some they weren't using, and Toro Rosso as well. So yeah, he's got about 20 front wings apparently.
Yeah, he has. I think the quote was, "I'm bringing more wings than KFC."
I mean, if he does, that's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, at this point in the season, it was being driven by Alex Albon, who, if I'm not mistaken, was sponsored by KFC at one point, right? Was it Alex Albon, or is that Sean Galeo?
You're asking the wrong person, mate, if I'm being brutally honest. I know I'm the stats man, I'm not the general knowledge man.
No, it's a shame. Two Spells Racing, otherwise he'd be able to help us. Blaze is in the chat. Nice to have you here. Let's go indeed. Cos Kravitz has got the weather report. It looks impeccable all the way.
Beautiful.
No Tier 2 typical rain.
Don't really want it to be raining, because otherwise it's going to be an extremely long race.
Yeah, it's going to be really long, it's going to be really boring, and there's going to be no action at all. But in the dry, Baku could throw up some absolute worldy races.
It has done in the past, and hopefully it will provide us more of the same. Just look back through some of the results. There is some very strong performances from individuals that are still currently racing this tier. Dynamo is supposed to be up there. I think Two Spells a little bit quicker than what he is as well. Thomas should be up there. Rosa, we know he performed well last season.
Won here last year.
Yep.
Jamie, you can never count out.
And yeah, the usual suspects are Big Slayer. I'm expecting probably Thomas, Ferrari Thomas. Thomas.
Well, let's be honest. There's at least 10 guys on that list of drivers there that could win this race.
Obviously, a lot of them are apprehensive.
Yes.
So, away we go. Thomas was a little bit apprehensive.
And we've got a McLaren's gone straight on at the castle.
That would be.
That's.
Would be Roland.
It is indeed Roland.
Two Spells in pits. Just a little bit of housekeeping, Danny. You know we like doing it here.
Yes.
It's our little thing we like doing. You won't be seeing. Well, the people won't be seeing. Charlie will not be going out setting a time. He can go out, but he won't be setting a time because he's got a quali ban, and the reason for that, people probably haven't seen it last week. It was for blocking Roland for Profotus on his qualifying lap.
Yes. So it's paying the penalty here.
Tier 2 last week.
It was, yeah. Got themselves on. Got the first race up and running. Good evening, everybody who's appearing in the chats. Anybody who is racing and has the stream on in the background, if one of you could send Crowan an invite, please. Me and Matt have sent him a couple, but none of them have either gone through or seem to be working. If you can, one of them can do that, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Rosa goes fastest first of all then, 1:38.1, instantly beaten by his teammate Donamo with a 1:37.7.
I would wouldn't be surprised if there were. No, there were. I thought they were closer, but obviously not.
Well, Ethan might have been giving the toe to Dynamo. We'll have to wait and see.
Bankers, good bankers.
Yeah, bearing in mind pole position last night was a what, 37.6?
37.6 from Stumpy without a toe, I believe.
Yeah, so...
to be honest, the quickest man that was expected to go pole last night crashed it without even setting a time.
Yes, he did, so...
Sorry, Mazza. Shouldn't have mentioned.
Right. Jamie then coming down to finish his first flying lap. In the Alfa Romeo, me and Matt want him to do well. On a personal note.
Team constructors.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a thing we do here. It doesn't get spoken much about. We always talk about the actual overall driver winners and constructors, but we don't say who actually won the team championship last year.
It was Mercedes, I believe, last year.
Because of Fenrique.
Fenrique, and then I can't remember. I can't remember who the others were. I know it was Thomas and Seigate in Tier 3. Those guys got some good points. Tier 2, who was it? Lewis and...
That's a good question.
Started as MP and then went to Max.
Yes.
In Tier 2. And Tier 1 it started as Alatakir. That's just not count. Let's not go with Tier 1. That's just a quagmire we do not want to be caught in.
Sure, it's Alatakir though, so
yeah. Manirik has gone fastest in the middle sector of anyone so far, and he's pushing for the line.
I thought he looked quite comfortable last week.
He did. He's missed half a season, but he's kept his hand in.
He has looked fairly comfortable. I'm probably expecting him to be where he's just qualified. Probably where I expect him to be about in the race, maybe slightly lower end of the points. But I would say fairly impressive last time out.
Yeah, he was consistent and he kept his nose clean.
I think his racecraft has actually improved a little bit though, which is really good to see.
Certainly is. One man I think will have been disappointed with last week's performance and is on a lap at the moment is Drace. He's just started his flying lap.
Mr. P5.
Mr. P5 did finish P5, but back end stepping out. He's pushing hard on this first lap. Of course, running with no assists now. Oh, very
Mr.
few.
P5, because when he first joined, he always finished P5.
He did.
Yeah. So he's one of these guys that is not exceptionally quick. He's just one of those that goes unnoticed. Typically very consistent. Typically has very few accidents. Now I've said that, he's probably going to bin it tonight.
Oh, you haven't done that to him, bless. Gone purple through Sector 1. I think at the time that was the fastest first sector. That has since been beaten by one of the guys behind him. I think it's the Renault of... No, Russell's on his out lap. So, one of the racing points. Wisey boy.
It was Lewis that jumped. So he's not really setting the world alight because compared to Tier 3 on top of that.
We've got a racing point in the castle. I think that's Wisey boy who's backed out of his lap. Here comes Tracer for the line. Goes P12. He is on the mediums though.
Very similar to Dan in that respect.
Yeah.
Probably those two are kind of where I expect them to be in terms of R-bar on the mediums.
Yeah.
That sort of showed last week about half a second now, maybe.
Let's ride on board with the Wizard through Sector 2 and 3. Back in his favoured McLaren after a season with Red Bull.
Thomas is up to Tier 3, Thomas. Now the Ferrari Thomas in Tier 2 up to 4th.
Yeah. Good lap from Thomas. We know he's quick. Just got to sort out a couple of his incidents, and then he'd be a real top performer. 2-spot though. Typically tidy looking lap from him. Pushes for the line. DRS wing will open behind us. We reach up to 213 miles an hour, 14 just. Crosses the line, P5, 138.4 for the Wizard.
Quick. That's a banker. That's 100% a banker. I've seen
it is.
Easily something 38s this week. You did we did a practice session with him, didn't we, a few days ago? What was it, 37.8? At least.
Yeah, I think so. It's
I
it'd
think
be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's one of these where the guys just want to get a time in first, and then they can really attack that second or third lap. So if it goes horribly wrong, that looks like it was a red ball in the
He was no, he was slowing up to give himself some space from one of the Ferraris. But we're on board with him. Dan, P13 at the moment. Rosa goes fastest, 37.6, jumps his teammate. Currently a Renault lockout at the moment.
With a little bit of a toe as well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was probably expecting something quicker with that, because he did something similar to that last season in Tier 3. So.
Let's see what Dan can do. Turn 2 now, needs to just miss the curb, catches it a little bit. Mark takes pole position, 37.5 in the Toro Rosso.
Times are tumbling.
Yeah. Will we get down into the 36s? I'm not so sure, but we've had people predict it.
37.2, I think that's what out predicted.
37.2.
37.2 would be a good time.
Right then. Let's watch down through the castle. Neat and tidy. Kept the revs low. Reduces possibility of wheel spin.
I think this is just a banker. I think he just wants to set a time on the softs. Actually, I know what his tactic is, but I can't reveal that because he told me not to.
Yeah. Rosa in front of him, doesn't want to give an opposition driver the advantage, gets out of the way, but Dan's gone purple in sector 2. And that is the fastest so far.
Ryan's just done a 38.2. Which puts him ahead of Wizard, actually.
Dan pushing for the line. Let's see where this first lap on softs puts him. Up into P8, 38.3. He'll be happy with that as an initial effort.
I think that's kind of skippy there.
Got
that's kind of where he expected to be. Yeah, that just caught me out by surprise, mate.
Ethan K, thank you very much for following. I hope you enjoy yourself while you're here.
So who's not set? So Thomas is still not set a time. Leaving it very late.
He is out at the moment. And Lewis is in front of him for the tow. Mercedes boys working this really well together.
It's a little too close. He probably needed to be further away because he's not going to maximise it. But
oh, he is. He is. He's hit the limiter there. 214 is where you want to be. Puts him into second place. And then brakes to allow Lewis on his lap.
The commentary team working well in the box and now on the track.
Yeah, we'll jump across to Lewis. He's on the medium tyre.
He's trying something, I feel.
He's trying to get back to the pits. He's not using any ERS energy, which it seems counterintuitive to me. It resets to 100 when you get back there.
And this is going to go again on the mediums, because they're fresh mediums. Wise Boys just posted his first time, that's a 38.3.
Puts him into P10, drops the Wizard to the prime position of P11. Big Slater, P18, has not gone out yet. That's going to be of concern.
Charlie's not gone out because Charlie's doing the right thing. But
yeah. But Big Slater not going out is of concern.
So there's some guys that I feel massively out of position here. I think Two Spell's massively out of position. I think he's a bit higher than that. He's probably a fourth. Actually, no, fifth. He slots himself between Donamo and Jamie.
Yeah, I think so.
Trace is obviously massively out of position as well. He's just starting his lap now. Faxon's just making his first attempt. So
that's what the Mercedes were doing.
Other way around.
Other way around. Thomas on his way back to the pits gives Lewis the catapult to start his proper flying lap.
See, I knew they were up to something.
Let's ride on board then with Lewis. Racer 001. Crowan's in just in time.
So we have 20 drivers.
A little bit squirmy on the exit there for Lewis, but he's going to keep pushing. He's not got much of a choice now. There's just over 2 minutes to go, and there's still people in the pits. It's going to get quite congested out there. That's if people are even going to go out again, and we don't know how far behind we are on stream or how far ahead we are either.
It is about 20 seconds.
Yeah. Lewis at the moment marginally slower through sector 1.
Faxon up to P5, 38 flats.
Good time from Faxland, but I have a feeling we could see a number of guys improve. We're coming towards the castle section. The quick left, right, left. You can take that as well. Oh, Lewis is gone in the castle. Clip the rear wheel on the left-hand side, and that's his qualifying over. So unfortunate for Lewis there. He tried to take just a little bit too much.
Dynamo's on his lap and he's down. He is massively down. I don't think he's going to have to make a stunning sector 2 and sector 3 to improve his time.
We'll see. He's attacking the curbs. Back end steps out. Caught nicely. Not quick though, unfortunately, but he has improved. He's marginally up.
2 tenths he gained in that sector.
Teammate ahead of him. He will have the toe.
I think they've worked this out to a T.
I think you're right. We'll ride on board. Oh no, we won't. We'll jump across. We'll jump away. Rear wings open.
Start his lap as
219 for Donamo. Puts it on pole, and then has to bail out quick to avoid that. But well worked there by the Renault boys to put Donamo on pole position. 137.330.
Tracer went up to 8.81, so it's getting quite congested from 5th down.
It certainly is. I'm going to ride on board with Mark. He's just started his run for pole. He'll be the last man, I think. One of the... no, Jamie will be. That's how far behind we are. What about the McLaren? It's coming through. Is that Wizard or is that Roland?
B.
Got a Williams gone straight on at turn 1, but we're going to stay with Mark at the moment. So Faxland, Thomas, Wisey Boy, Fallen,
Dan,
Racer.
Dan's the last one.
Dan is the last man, right? You are. Mark, purple through sector 1. Really putting the hammer down through these twisting streets of Azerbaijan's capital. Clips the wall through the castle. Good luck from Thomas, he's done all he can.
Oh, Rosa's hit the wall.
Has he?
He's got front wing damage, yeah.
That's Rosa's lap over. We're still on board with Mark though for now. Really takes the curb well, to 2 wheels to the wall. Down towards the sector 2 split. He's 2.5 tenths up nearly. But this is where Donamo was super quick with the toe from his teammate. Mark does not have that advantage.
Jamie's having a flyer.
We'll jump across to Jamie as soon as we finish this lap. Mark now pushing for the line. 10 miles an hour behind where Donamo was. But he's done it anyway! 137.279. We jump across to Jamie. Half a second up at the moment. It's not going to be enough for pole, but it might be enough for the top 3. Goes P5 in the end. Arbar, he's still on a lap, but he's backed out of his. So Maneric is the only one.
And Dan comes in. I think there's a little bit of traffic on that.
Both Red Bulls are in. Thomas is still out there, but he's coming back to the pits.
Yeah,
so that will be it then. So, LOE Mark. Thomas. Thomas has got no front wing. That might explain the debris in the castle.
I think Dracer retired, but I don't know if that was in the castle or not. Couldn't really see.
If I'm honest, I'm not sure, but...
The man that said he wasn't feeling confident has stuck it on pole, and I tell you what, there is some work to do for Slater. I don't understand.
No, I'm not sure. Maybe. We'll never know. So let's have a look then. Predictions, everybody. Now that qualifying is over and done with, we've got LOE Mark with his first pole position in Contest of Speed from Donamo, our Tier 2 Baku. Well, I say master, but he's got the experience here, and he's done well here in the past.
I've just clocked on why Dan didn't finish his time.
P11. Yeah. Yeah. So Dynamo second place, Thomas in third, Rosa in fourth, Jamie in fifth. Those guys will probably be your main protagonists for victory, assuming that no one comes out of left field or strategy doesn't have to play a massive part. Arba will be there or thereabouts, but I wouldn't put him on the podium top step for today. Faxland, Thomas, Dracer and Profodes round out your top 10. Great qualifying for Profodes there in P10. Dan Robo in 11th is the first man who has free choice of tyres, followed by Wisey Boy, Two Spell, Maneric, Fallen, Racer, Slater and Charlie. And of course Crowan will round off the grid. Now he's joined the session.
I think it's going to be very difficult to establish. I think there is a certain top 3 or 4. I think it's going to be very difficult to establish 5th downwards.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's certainly going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for whoever ends up at the front to stay there, unless they find some real pace to be able to pull away, because they won't have the toe advantage.
Yeah, I'm expecting someone like a Two Spell or a Slater to really come through. Actually, that kind of pack. They're probably a little bit out of position.
Two Spell will be relying on
in terms of pace, but he'll.
Yeah.
I think Two Spell's done what Dan's done in terms of actually. I don't want to be starting on softs. So I'm going to just slot outside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, starting on the softs isn't the worst thing in the world. You just have to play.
VSC, aren't you, or safety car?
Yeah, you just got to play the strategy game.
Ricky, that's a poor attempt after last night. Only one safety car and one VSC. Come on,
yeah.
You know better.
Double that at least.
I don't know who pressed the button. It was either Cygate or LOE Mark.
Cygate it was. Fruits here supporting Team Mercedes. Of course, him and Thomas close friends, both on and off track, former teammates in Tier 1. So let's get all the data we want available. Tyre choices then. So top 10 of course qualified on the softs. They have to start on those tyres. And then from 11th down we've got Dan Robber and Wisey Boy on the mediums, followed by Two Spell gone for the hard tyre. Interesting choice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Two Spell going for track position over anything else. That's his strategy seemingly. Maneric, mediums. Could be a conflict of pit stops there at Red Bull. We'll have to wait and see. Fallen, he's also gone for the hard, the same as Two Spell. Then Racer, Cygate, Slater, Charlie and Crowan all on the mediums.
Surprising people going with the hards. As a first in, I understand seconds. But I don't think, to be honest, I don't think many people would have done that last night. I think quite a few more people would have done the two stuff last night.
Yeah, I mean, the way I saw it, because obviously I should have started 11th, but I got a nonsense penalty, ended up starting P16, but the way I see it, you're guaranteed to get a safety car at some point, so you might as well start on the soft tyre because it's likely to be early when everyone's close together.
Dan had an absolutely monumental prediction last night, which he pretty much got spot on.
Yeah, he did. He predicted the corner of the first accident and who would cause it in terms of position in the race, not actual driver.
1 out, wasn't it? 4, 5, 6, he said, and
it was, yeah.
In the shenanigans. It's a big gap between.
Yeah, between Mark and Donamo and Thomas. And Thomas should know better. The AI will have now taken over his car.
I'm not going to sit there and measure 10 cars.
No.
But it looked a very long way back. So softs will be good for the first 2 or 3 laps, and then we're probably expecting the medium runners to come through, but that could all get thrown out the window after the first lap or 2. So get yourselves comfortable, strap yourselves in, because I think this one's going to be a wild ride.
It certainly is. Let's get ready to go racing in Azerbaijan for round 2 of season 5 in Contest of Speed. We've got Mark on pole, Donamo second, Thomas third. 5 red lights. They go out. Bows. And away we go in Baku. Looks like a good start from Donamo, who's going to go for the inside on the move for Mark. Takes first place. Roz's round after a little contact with Thomas. But he's safe and he's going to carry on. Mark, big hit into the wall at turn 2. Wing damage on the Toro Rosso. Donamo is pulling away.
I think it's Rick.
Rick up to P10 ahead of his teammate at the moment. Let's have a look at position changes. Big winners off the start. Manirik up 4 places. Thomas
and back a Whitey boy under braking.
And that's Rick.
Absolutely caught himself out.
That's him in trouble at turn 3 down to the back of the field.
That is cold tyres, I think, for you. He just run straight to the back of him.
Donamo now 2 seconds clear at the front of the field, with Mark holding everybody else up with that wing damage. Trace around.
Oh yeah, he's clipped the ball. He's had a squeeze. There's people backing up into the. Oh, and Neil's hit the wall. 2 spills hit the wall on the hards.
No,
you've got to wait for everyone to go past.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so unusual for Neil to make a mistake like that.
And there is a gap. That's it. I think Lewis has also got. Lewis has got front wing damage. Fallen has got. Is okay. Charlie is made up. He nearly puts in the ball there at the top of the hill. Trying to see who else. Sygate's got damage. Slater's managed to pick his way through. Roz's just lost so much ground.
Yeah, but he's clean in terms of wing damage, which is big for him. Crowan as well, he's clean. Let's jump back to the leaders then. Mark's carrying on with those tyres, and Jamie's challenging Thomas for P3. Has Thomas got damage, I wonder? No, he's all good.
We've got past R-bar, you can fit side by side here. Who is that waiting to pounce? It is Faxon waiting to pounce on these 2. Yellow flag.
And it's Thomas going round the outside of R-bar into turn 3. Can he hold it for turn 4? No, has to tuck in behind.
Nearly held that on. That would have been a great move from Thomas. There's a gap. There's a big gap now between the top 9.
Yeah, definitely is. Donamo now extending his lead. 2.2 seconds now, the gap to Mark with that wing damage, who himself has got himself clear of Thomas, but he's under pressure from Jamie now in fourth place, even fighting for third.
Surprising. I thought Thomas would be hounding Mark through the lap so far, but
it depends maybe on Thomas's strategy. If he's drifting there through that corner at the top of the hill, just clipped the curb too much there, did Thomas.
Someone is going to hit hit that wall on the right hand side. So
Yeah.
I've seen some of the lines that people are taking through. It's like, whoa, just calm down.
We certainly can, Blaze. 1 second. Here you go. XL Dan, thank you for following. We hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. Spud, thank you for resubscribing.
Don't know how it's going fastest, but Mark's catching in a little bit.
David Acer 46, thank you for following. We hope you enjoy yourself.
Jamie's slow. Jamie's got damage. I don't know if he's hit Thomas. They were very close in terms of
yeah, they were squeezed. I think Thomas went wide. Ferrari Thomas went wide at turn 1 as well. Let's have a look.
Thomas and Jamie.
Jamie, I know Thomas and Jamie, yeah. And Jamie's been overtaken by Arba in the Williams, and that's going to give him some breathing room to Faxland now. Like I say, Thomas in the Ferrari went wide at turn 1, and that allowed Faxland through. I don't know whether he went for a move or not.
Of Charlie into turn 3, so
and Faxland's got past Jamie as well. That wing damage really hurt in the Alpha.
Tier 3 boys, take notes. This is how you overtake. I'll tell you what, Slate is carving his way through here like there's no tomorrow. Thornton's going to be next, and Thornton's giving Dan ahead of him a nice little buffer.
He is, yeah, 4.1 seconds the gap in there, but falling of course on the hard tyre.
Jamie really struggling.
He is. Jamie will have to stop this time round. Any of the guys on the soft tyre who we are expecting to stop?
I don't expect. I reckon Thomas will go to hards, and so with Dynamo. I reckon Mark or someone like an Arbar may try a more aggressive strategy and they go mediums. Maybe, yeah. I would suggest Mark would change his strategy to a 2-stop now, given that wing damage, to go to hards. And Arbar's got himself past Thomas into 3rd place. Thomas really struggling right now. He's just pulled away. I thought they would be side by side, but he's absolutely just pulled away from him. Jamie's into the pits as expected. Slater's
Thomas not feeling comfortable.
So Slater, the big mover.
Yeah, Jamie in, of course, as we just said.
So is Charlie, to be fair to him.
Yeah, Charlie making moves. The man in the prime position at the moment is in P6. That's Wisey Boy. He's in sight of the leaders.
Dan's just got past Thomas with the RS. That looked fairly easy, but Thomas has got that damage.
Yeah, those soft tyres now will start to fall away. Lap 4 is when you want to stop if you're going to go for a 2-stop.
Sorry, Danny, Rick went to softs. That was interesting. So he started on what, hards?
No, he started on mediums, which
softs.
That's although I suppose he could do a normal stint on softs and then put his original mediums back on and then carry on again. It wouldn't necessarily disadvantage him too much, other than the fact he's got to make an extra pit stop.
Yellow flag second 2. Who's that? That looks like Charlie. Yeah. Charlie and Crowan.
Charlie, I think, went off when he was battling with, I believe, Fallen.
Crowan on the way through.
Roz has managed to make it through unscathed. Let's have a look. Cygate's missing 2 M plates.
Damage on both sides now. He had one on one side. I've got to get that thing slowed down.
No, big hit there for Charlie. That's another M plate gone for him.
He was going to do that earlier as well. Crowan's got damage on the same on the left hand side. So.
Yeah.
Faxon's gone past Thomas. Thomas dropping. He's in the pits.
Thomas going for the 2-stop strategy along with Mark. Let's have a look. Mercedes into the box first. He might get held by the Ferrari here. Oh no, wing change for Thomas, so he did have damage, just not visible to us. That's why he was so slow, getting himself to lap 4, but he's gone to the hards.
I kind of expected that, to be fair, from Thomas.
Yep, it's the safe strategy. He's been leapfrogged by his name. Yeah, Thomas leapfrogged by his namesake, also on the hard tyre, and Mark on the medium, so he will be stopping again. We expect him to be coming in around lap 25.
Thomas is technically undercut him there. Thomas has undercut Thomas.
Yes, he has.
Keep up, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the probability. If we had Sneaky Tom from Tier 3 in here and we had Fruitful in here, we'd have 4 of them. So count your lucky stars with 2.
Slate's not catching up because I thought he would.
Interesting now will be, what does Donamo do?
I would cover him off.
Yeah, I'd stop now.
His pace is massively better.
The thing is, we know that Mark has to pit again. If Donamo's got himself a race engineer, he'll know that as well. If his plan is to go for the one stop, he can keep going.
I mean, if he's using all his ERS, I presume he's coming in.
Yeah, I think he's coming in. Yeah, he is.
Let's put the hammer down for that lap to try and cover it. It's going Bar comes in, and I think Faxon's joining in.
Okay, you can have a look on the mini-map on the right hand side of the screen. That light blue dot coming down the back straight now is Mark.
Ross has stayed out, so he's just
and
a pain in the backside.
Donamo will be.
We've got about 4-car battle here, Daddy. You want to drop to 9th and 10th and 11th and 12th?
Yeah, and Thomas is through. Sygate following on into the pits behind Mark, coming back in.
I would also say he's cut that as well.
Well, that's.
I don't want to call him out, but
no.
I think I've seen that.
Let's see.
That's a very late call.
Is that wing damage for Mark?
Yeah.
Hard tyres going on. Great view, Codemasters. Cheers for that. Can't see, but we're assuming it's a wing change.
So R-Bar's got ahead of Thomas. That's how much that wing damage has cost Thomas.
Well, Arbar got him on track, don't forget. Just before the pit stop, Thomas has managed to get himself back in touching distance, so the undercut there working well for him.
And Ferrari Thomas is going to be able to pull away from these guys because Crowan is
acting as the buffer, yeah.
Yeah.
So Thomas needs to put the hammer down.
Oh, just gets his stop. Arbar gets through.
Careful through the castle. Yeah, but he's through and he's clean.
Whitey Boy's on the back of Faxon. That's gaps come down. Faxon stayed up too long.
Yeah, Whitey Boy needs to not do what I did yesterday and go for the move too early. We'll all end in tears. He'll get DRS now.
Go to the right hand side because you're probably expecting him to come in.
Yeah. DRS wing opens, and we see Faxland dive into the pits.
Has Dan got damage?
We'll have a look in P2.
Has, but he's not lost too much time to Whitey Boy. He lost the second 2 laps ago.
No, he's in a good position at the moment. Let's have a look then between Wisey Boy and the gap to our de facto leader, which is Donamo. That's 8.5 seconds. The next man.
Where is Rosa? Rosa is in. Can he get himself? Needs to get himself ahead of Jamie as Thomas sweeps round the outside.
I think when Wisey Boy and Dan pit, they're going to be out around Thomas and Roland here, so good first stint for them. All depends when they stop and to what tyre.
Yeah, so Roland hasn't stopped yet, which is interesting. Rick's got past Rosa. Rosa's struggling with those.
Well, he was in the
tyres.
pits, wasn't he? So I think
he's trying to get heat into them.
Yeah, we'll ride on board. He'll be able to get Rick in no time because those softs on the Red Bull will be starting to hurt now.
Yeah, Whitey Boy, Dan and Slater put themselves in a very good position.
Yeah, they're in a really good position, but they want to stop sooner rather than later. It's like, if it was me, if they're going to one-stop it to hard tyres, they want to be stopping around lap 8, lap 9.
Oh, Faxon, that was so close.
Yeah. Jamie closing in on the back of Propodas, or Roland, our glorious leader, or El Capitano.
Yeah, Robert, you're right. I think Don, if he catches up to these guys when their mediums start wearing off, he needs to be careful not to pick up damage. Actually, he needs to just be careful not to pick that damage full stop, because otherwise it's going to put the race in a little bit of jeopardy.
Certainly is. We'll see when those leading 3 cars come into the pits, because Donamo is closed a lot.
Faxon's actually in net P2, so Faxon's jumped.
All of those guys, yeah, he's doing really well.
But he's under pressure.
Yeah. Wisey Boy, Dan and Slater holding pace at the moment with the guys from Ferrari Thomas down. They will still come out around P9, P10.
guys under the cosh, I think.
Yeah, they will. Much fresher tyres, but it depends what they go for. They might go for another set of mediums, in which case...
can keep pace with the two behind him. You can probably just open that gap up.
He's a pilot, Perry. How can he be El Presidente when he's a pilot?
Oh.
It's El Capitano.
El Capitano?
Yeah.
Might be my worst. Whoa.
Especially when El Capitano is Spanish.
Hit the wall, I think, again.
Crowan.
No, yes, he has.
Yeah, there's wing damage on the Alpha. Big wing damage on that Alfa Romeo. Yeah, he did. That'll be with DRS assistance, I would imagine. And now he's going to be under pressure.
Oh my god, that gap. Look at the gaps out front, look at that. Half a second to each.
Yeah, we've got Thomas looking for a move on Faxland. Right up behind him, DRS wing in effect.
You know what, I'm waiting for Arbar to join the party as well. Turn one.
Oh, we're going three wide. Three wide into turn one. Arbar, can he go for the double move? Not quite. Thomas gets the big advantage. Arbar will take a position as well. Faxland, the big loser, down 2 places.
Yeah, these two battled hard last weekend. Last weekend? That's interesting. Last week.
Yeah, I believe Thomas as well with some front wing damage, front right. No, he's still got the end plate.
Alright. Lewis is up past Crowan as well.
To P14 for Lewis. Yeah, early stop though for Lewis, so he's onto the hard tyre. He will be able to go to the end.
Rick's trying to extend his soft so he can pit roughly near the same time as these guys out front. Wisey Boy's struggling, but so too is Dan.
Yeah, in this battle for the eventual lead, now down between Donamo and the Thomases, I believe.
So close. Big Slater will have it, I think.
Big Slater might
get it.
Let's jump to him.
Oh, I don't know, he may do. I don't know where the detection point is.
I think he will, you know. Donamo definitely does.
Yeah, Dan has as well.
Yeah, but Dan's coming in.
Coming early.
I think that's a good call. We'll see where he comes out. I think he'll be around about Roland in P10, P11, maybe Jamie.
There's a nice little gap between
there is.
Jamie and Roger.
That he can slot straight into and start to push on. Hard tyres on the Red Bull, as you can see from the graphic on the left hand side.
Oh, Thomas that's 2, so you can't do another one, Thomas.
Around P10, P11 Stumpy is where we think. But Dan will be...
I'll tell you what, blinded, 5th.
Yeah, Dan out into P5 and now able to push on as the guys behind him battle. Arbar and Thomas then fighting for position, both with DRS.
So where is Wiseboy and Slayer coming? Don't forget these guys started lower down, but what was it, 7th and 8th, and look, they're jumped up into what effectively is P2.
Well, no, not necessarily, because they're now going to be losing ground the whole time. The pair of them, they can't stop together. Teammates, of course. The stacking on this game is not something that can be done easily.
Dan's got himself up to P2.
Yeah, Dan boxed at exactly the right time, managed to get himself on those tyres, stretched the mediums out as long as he could, and just as they started to lose ground, he's pitted and put himself in a brilliant position to challenge for victory here, or at least a podium. As Fallen, of course, will have to stop, so Dan now is in net P2, unless Wisey Boy and Slater can do something about it.
I don't think it's going to be finished. He's got... My heart skips every time I see him come through that corner. He's nerve-wracking to watch. But it's going to be a fight for P2 then between Dan, Thomas, Arbar, Thomas, Faxton.
You say that. Dan's out of DRS already. Thomas is going to be under pressure from Arbar. In fact, he's going to lose the position. Wisey Boy in. We'll see where he comes out.
So much ground.
Actually, no, I don't think he is. I think Wisey Boy's going to take it here. He's going to stay second. Yeah, he is. Wisey Boy stays net second place.
He's got to get him this lap then. This is going to be vital. He pushed hard the lap before because he knew it was going to be close.
Let's jump to Slater then now. Slater's the man now who really has...
Slater. Well, in that case then, Slater, if we're going off that theory, Slater's going to be
in between the two of them.
In between the two of them, or ahead of Wisey Boy.
Yeah, the thing is, if he loses enough time, but they're all so close together, he could end up either coming out in 4th place or 10th place. There's so little time between them. There's only maybe a second and a half in that.
This is what we found out last week with Tier 3 in Brazil. It's so close, especially towards the front. It's so... Oh, and Arbar's been clipped by Thomas.
Is that our part? Oh, Ferrari Thomas or...
Roman's
where we go?
Faxland in a really weird position, so I don't know where that come from.
Opportunistic driving there from
Faxland's got
Profotis.
front wing damage left hand side as well, so these guys just like hitting the wall on the left hand side.
Yeah, let's see then. Does Slater box this time around? He's pushing hard down the straight, so I think he might do.
I'll tell you what though, it's worked out perfectly, that little incident. It's 3 seconds now between 5th and 6th. They sort of spread these guys out again. James only went real close enough to challenge for a position.
Slater pits. Donamo retakes the lead. Will effectively have a pit stop over 2nd place. Slater is away on another set of medium tyres, so he will be coming in again.
Oh, that was always going to end in tears.
Slater, though, has managed to get himself out ahead of Dan. The overcut has worked for Racing Point.
He's got mediums again?
Yes. What, man, you living under a rock or something?
I mean, I'm watching Rick try to suicidal move into the top of the hill, which is both worked out horribly wrong for him and Side.
Thomas is in then, fresh set of mediums on for him. He will be able to go to the end on those tyres. Charlie will be coming in any time now for his next stop.
I was just surprised he went mediums again, so he's going to have to really put the hammer down to then get back on the softs.
Yeah, he is.
If there's not any instances.
He's going to be relying on a safety car, isn't he?
It's got worse for Saigo.
Oh, intermediates on.
Rainbow.
No, it's not. It's called Kaleidoscope if he gets the wets on. Saigo, he'll probably get himself round the track and then retire in the pits next time around. And that's a shame. Saigo will be moving back to Tier 3 next week. So, not the best cameo appearance, we'll say, for Tier 2.
I'm just going to have a quick check on the old penalties. Shouldn't be a factor around here at all.
Ricky, I agree with you. I think it is a mistake from Slater. If he'd gone to the hard tyres where he is, him and Wisey Boy could have held off and got themselves a double podium. As it stands, Slater, I think, will be lucky to finish in the top 10.
Is this an incident where he's got to do a Mark Schumacher around Hungary and pump in 21 qualifying laps?
Basically, yeah. It's
which is not going to happen.
No.
I mean, you can't do that. He's probably going to let him pass here, I think.
Yeah, Wisey Boy, team strategy coming into play, allows Slater through, knowing he has to stop again.
Arbar coming back at Dan, but Arbar just saw a flicker there, yep, under fueled at this stage.
So really hovering on it. Thomas in P7 now. He'll be the man to pressure Arbar rather than Arbar pressing forward.
I'll tell you what, the top 7, other than Thorne, so effectively the top 6 should be pretty safe from everyone else unless something drastic happens.
It should be, yeah. Fallen, of course.
He's got 6 seconds on.
Let's have a look. Fallen, he's 10 seconds behind the leader, so when he stops he'll be coming out at around between Racer and Mark. That's where Fallen will be coming out, but of course he'll be on the quicker tyre at that point.
Good news, Sidegate's managed to not stick it in the wall on the set of intermediates. Well done, that man.
He's done brilliantly well.
Yellow flag, sector 3.
It's for Sidegate coming into the pits. Had to take it slow to not cut. Of course, with those toes. Whoa! No, it's because those two are so close together. I thought someone had just gone off sideways then. Slater, fastest lap of the race. 9.7 seconds now, the gap between him and our race leader, Don Armo. He is pushing on. He's managed to clear Fallen.
You have to wait another lap to say it can get our DRS range and not drag Wiseboy with it.
I don't think that'll be their main concern right now. Wisey Boy's a gap of 3 seconds behind him to Dan. He's net P2 at the moment, which will be, I believe, his best result in COS. P2 for Wisey Boy.
I will check.
Because Fallen has to stop still, which will be any time now actually. I think maybe lap 15 we'll see Fallen pit, and Slater's got to stop again, otherwise he'll be disqualified for not using 2 different tyre compounds.
Where is Wisey Boy? That's not really helpful because he didn't race here apparently last season.
About 6 laps, Robert, in dry conditions before they overheat and melt themselves.
Well, the softs, yeah.
No, the inters.
Sorry, the inters.
Yeah.
The softs could probably only do the same at the end.
Yeah, but then they're degraded to hell rather than just melting. Slater really pushing on now, fastest sector 2 of anybody so far this session. Really pushing now to try and close that gap. Over a second in 1 lap close to Don Armour, but it's not going to be enough at the moment.
Wisey Boy's probably going to get past Fallen, but look how much time Wisey Boy's lost a lap.
It's not his race though.
Fallen's in.
Fallen is in, that releases Wisey Boy. Now if Slater had come out on the hard tyre, racing point now would be they'd be popping corks, let's be honest, because all those 2 would have to do is bring the cars home for a double podium finish. As it stands, Slater has got so much work to do.
Wisey Boy got a P2 in Belgium last season in Tier 2.
Behind his teammate, I believe.
That
Yes.
is one of 4 podiums.
Yeah, good stuff.
Across 3 seasons.
Consistent performer. Never having won a race though, Wisey Boy, unfortunately.
Joined COS at the did his first race at the same time I did my first race. Season 2, round 1 in Australia.
Couple of races before I appeared on the scene.
So I'd say stalwart of this
League and tier.
I think just one of these drivers just goes unnoticed and just races every week.
Sorts himself out, gets about his business, goes home at the end of the race and does some video editing.
Yeah.
I hear it's a pastime of his.
Oh, is it? No,
So I hear.
Wabart is caught on the back of Dan. Dan is...
Yeah, he's closing up. Crowan closing to the back of Charlie. But I would imagine Charlie will now start to pull away with some heat into those mediums. Yeah, Arbar's managed to drop Thomas off the back of him.
Yeah, I think this is where the natural pace between the drivers are now starting to play a factor. That's no disrespect to Dan because he's now in a tier higher than what I am, but I think it's similar to what we saw last week between front guys and...
Yeah.
But if these 2 go past him, it's still going to be 5th, if not 6th, so I think he said at the start it will take a P6, so quite happy about that. And Don Ammo is just in a league by himself.
He is 7.5 seconds clear. That gap to Slater now coming down at a much slower rate. Arbar incidentally now running under-fueled. He's not on the cusp, he is definitely under-fueled. But we've seen that from him before. He's very good with his fuel.
So some people, I think they've been caught up in incidents, but I just don't expect them to be there. 2 spells down in 19th.
He's just pitted again, but he's had to put hards on.
A man that showed great pace this week. Trace is down there as well.
It's the risk you take though, trying to get yourself into P11 or in or around P11. If he did try that and just didn't.
Yeah, just even so, you just expect him to.
Meanwhile, Arbar looking for a move on Dan for P4, net 3rd position.
Just gotta let him have it.
Yeah, Dan tucks in behind. We'll try and get him back on the run up towards turn 3.
Yeah, tricky corner though. Once you sit in the slipstream, you don't realise how much that actually takes away from your braking until you're sat behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that earlier this race with Rick behind Wisey Boy, so Mark goes past Lewis.
Simple move for Mark in the end. DRS assisted.
Oh, he's gone deep.
Yeah, and
Lewis gets it back.
He does. Squeezes him to the outside. Good racing from Lewis. Gives him room, but not much. Just enough to be legal, which is what we like to see. Hard racing, elbows out.
Slater's cutting into that gap.
There goes Mark going around the outside of Lewis. Squeezes him to the inside.
Racing with Lewis as the season gone past. Always gives you just enough room.
Just enough. No more.
Which is good.
Yep.
No more, no less, but it's good battling these two. It
certainly is. Arbar trying to pull away from Dan now in 4th place. Managed to get himself clear of the second window, and that releases Thomas to attack the Red Bull.
Dan's saving up the ARS just a touch. Just a little bit.
Might not matter, he's not going to have DRS. And Thomas definitely will. Dan's going to need that ARS to defend with rather than attack.
I've put it in a straight line, look at that. Thomas is on the cusp, but he's got nothing left. We'll have to wait.
Lock up from Thomas there.
Oh, here we go. It's round 3. Lewis versus Mark. Mark did this last lap. I overtook him. We go again.
Mark with very little ARS. Lewis not fighting it.
No,
he's got a shrewd racing head on his shoulders.
Switch back underneath, get enough drive. No, but he's got a second opportunity. I think.
No, not quite. Didn't quite get the entry to the corner he would have wanted. He's not going to have the opportunity to come back at him.
Jamie's passed Rick. Jamie's picked up some front wing damage along his way or something.
Yeah. Arbar had a poor first sector there and has allowed Dan and Thomas back into touching distance. And it's, goes deep there. Dan with his large amounts of ERS will attack him.
Oh, did he hit the wall?
Down the main. Who, Arbar?
Dan, I think Dan hit the wall.
We'll have a look.
On the way.
He might have done no damage though.
God. New underwear. If I was with him right now, I would have heard him probably.
Can you tell they're related, everybody?
I can't help it.
I'm not saying you can.
It's been a while, you know. He's been out for half a season, and we were teammates.
We could end up with a 3 wide situation here.
Love it. Let's go.
Let's see what we get. Dan going for the move into turn 1. Arbar squeezes, but should hold it. Is Dan going to force through on the inside?
No, probably not.
No, but he will have DRS to go again. But look at Thomas is going to have the exit here. He's right on board with the Dutchman in the Mercedes. He's saving up his charge. Dan's got through, back into 4th.
I was also one of these guys. I had a good battle with him here last season, and it just goes back.
Oh, Arbar's gone deep. Thomas tries to get the switch back on him, sits underneath, forced to go around the outside, and that's not going to happen there.
Meanwhile, his namesake has got past Lewis.
Yep, into P10.
Tracy's got past Crowan. P17.
Solid racing all the way through the field. Faxland lining up Profodes for P12. Meanwhile,
Slater's losing time back to Don Ammo.
Slater needs to stop in the next 2 laps. But it's whether the softs will make that distance. I don't think they will.
He's going to need to do at least 2 laps to make them last, surely.
At an effective pace, yeah. But we'll see what he does.
They will drop out the stone. I was just outside the window. I mean just. And Thomas is just inside, so it's going to be interesting.
Yes, Perry, I said at the start Tier 2 we're going to show us how it's done. You're right. 18 laps, now 19 laps, coming up towards 20, and no retirements as of yet.
Right, you've just cursed it. Well done.
No, I haven't. Perry has.
Alright, Perry, it's your fault. I'm just going to point out, Fallen is up to 8th. He's about to try and get past Rosa. I think he's having a blinding race.
Yeah. Let's jump to him, and then we'll jump back to Faxland in a moment. And Fallen's going to go for the move, I think, down towards turn 3. Faxland on Profodas. Not going to be close enough yet.
I think Fallen's going to get Rosa this time, surely.
Yeah.
Goes to the outside.
We've got a shocking camera angle for it. That's better, and he's through. Let's jump across to Faxland then. If he gets a good exit here, rolling back end, stepping out there on the McLaren. Faxland much closer. Not quite there yet, though. He's not going to be able to go for it.
Oh, Donau's got a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, Danny.
Whereabouts on track is he? Ah, that's... You know the corner? It's there.
That's my special corner.
It is. He's taken too much out of it. Now then, this throws everything... You can. This throws everything into... This throws everything in with the spanner, doesn't it? Donamo now needs at least 5 seconds to be clear of whoever ends up in second place.
So he's currently got a 14-second lead, so he's still 9 seconds ahead, but... Right, Slater's in.
Slater is in. So end of lap 20, start of lap 21. He will have 6 laps on the soft tyre.
He's going to come out around where Fallen is. Probably just ahead of him. Yep, fits into that gap nicely.
Yeah.
Well, this is quite interesting.
So, the battle for third is the one to watch now. First and second, barring anything major, look like they're set in stone. Although don't count out that battle for second just yet. Dan's not too far away.
Oh, it's coming down a little bit.
Yeah, the three there, Dan, Arbar and Thomas, all bouncing between DRS range of each other and...
Wow.
What?
They got very close on the left-hand side of that wall. Very close.
The cojones needed to drive back quickly, Arbar there.
Oh.
He'll be clenching.
No, Sidegate today is just getting worse and worse.
Bino or Bino 15, thank you for following. We hope you are enjoying the stream. It's been a cracker so far.
56 viewers, and it's pretty much stayed like that throughout, actually.
We're doing good. Thank you all for being here. Arba will get DRS, so will Thomas, and Slater 2.3 seconds back. It's not out of the question that he can get third place, but he really needs to put the hammer down. We spoke about Schumacher doing those qualifying laps.
Lewis. And now Roland's on the back of these two. So I'm just looking at...
I wonder if there was a mistake in there somewhere, because Faxon before was behind Roland. Is Arbar going to go for a move? I think he's going to be too far back, but Thomas is being put within striking distance.
Lewis as well. Lewis is coming into the pitch. He's going to steal fast slap.
He's going to try to. Whether he'll be able to beat Slater or not, I'm not sure.
Thomas has managed to pick up 3 seconds around the track. That's very difficult to pick up 3 seconds.
He's pushing hard, the lad. Although at the moment it will cost him potentially 2 places and the championship point he currently has.
Facts of these, the 3 that were 2, that's now become 2 behind me. We're closing in, and still are, so... Feeling the heat.
Slater now is on the back of the third place battle group. He's got 4 laps when we come across the start-finish line this time around to get past them all. Thomas, big lock up!
Slate's going to get him before the last corner. Oh,
Yeah.
this is going to get... Someone's going to die.
There's one position for Slater. He's got two more in front of him. Arbar looks like he's going to get Dan. We ride on board with Slater. We'll get a good view from behind of these two going for third place.
Oh, Thomas is out.
And safety car. Safety car.
Oh,
Don Amos penalty. Oh no. And Wisey Boy's pitted.
Chinese speed under the safety car. I did think it just came out at the wrong time.
Why did Wisey Boy pit?
Dan, go past. Dan needs to go past. It's letting him through. Dan, it's letting you through.
Yeah, it's letting you through, mate.
That's what the green light is. Message. Go past.
So he'll get the message eventually. Someone in the party with him will tell. There you go. Safety car's pulled over.
Dan, go past the safety car. Did you just not see the green light?
I would imagine he's going to have a message on screen saying stay behind it.
Dynama's got a free stop now.
Yeah, but will he take it?
Probably.
And the thing is, if he does take it, which
He's
he should,
anyway.
yeah, but he's only going to have 2 laps to pull out 5 seconds. As a minimum, he might only have 1.
I'll tell you what's happened. I guarantee he's heard me shout it from downstairs. Oi! Get past it! Move!
No, I don't care. I reckon someone in the party with him's told him. So,
yeah, Dynama's here. He's going to take it. It's a free stop.
Dynamo in for the soft tyre.
And Arbol's got front wing damage.
Yeah, from that collision with him. And a 5-second penalty to boot, which he won't serve before the end of the race, so he can get appealed.
And Dynamo goes free stop. Thank you very much. Is anyone going to come in?
No one at this point. None of this group will.
I reckon something like a Faxon could do.
There's no point. He might as well stay there. If he pits, he's going to drop to 14th, 15th. If he stays where he is, he's only going to have to do 2 laps, you see.
Now, Danny, I would like to cast your mind back to last season.
Mm-hmm.
Is this or is this not the same the same kind of incident that we had? 2 laps to go, sprint finish. It's going to cause carnage. Did last season.
Yeah, it was Blades. Alp's right, it was 5. Donamo got 5 seconds as well for corner cutting.
It's a 5. Yeah, it's straight 5.
Has Donamo served it? That's a good point.
Can he serve it? Presume he can.
Oh.
You did, didn't you, last week? Brazil?
Yeah, but not for... He didn't get it for corner cutting under the safety car, or for a collision. He got it for corner cutting in normal race conditions. I don't know whether he can serve that or not.
We'll just find out, shall we, at the end?
If he has...
If he plummets or not.
Yeah, if he has served it, jobs are good and he's home free.
Safety car should be coming in this lap, because it usually comes in with 2 laps of racing.
He normally does, yeah. Although the field is still strung out quite a lot.
Well, I don't think it's going to have a choice.
Yeah, we'll soon find out. Donamo leading the field, fresh soft tyre for him. Dan Robbo in 2nd place, looking for his best result.
Thomas came in as well, just soft standing, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, he did. Safety car is in this lap, so Donamo takes control of the field. More wing damage in there for someone.
Yeah, someone's got to be careful.
Arbar again.
I mean, Dan can't go anywhere. Dynamo's right there. This caused carnage last season as well. Absolute chaos.
Consensus in the chat seems to be that Donamo will have served his penalty.
He's gone, he's bolted as well.
Yep, he has, he's gone.
Oh no, he hasn't.
No, he's been held. Safety car's not in the pits yet. He went too soon.
Oh, Dan's got 5 seconds for Don Ammo.
Yeah. And now the field goes.
And he goes to the outside. Damage.
If I'm down, you don't want to go for the overtake.
Slater's up to third, Thomas is up to 6th.
Yep, those soft guys will be pushing hard now. Slater's going to go for the move on Dan early. He's going to have the drive. He's going to have the inside and the grip. This should be Slater's for second place. Indeed it is. That late safety car, he gambled on it. It looks so close to not coming good.
Yellow flag, it's fallen. Oh,
fallen.
Such a good position. You're 7th.
Oh,
great points.
So unlucky for Fallen.
Will we have DRS though, Daddy? Will this just be done on a straight line?
It will be done on pure speed, yeah. It's 2 laps after the safety car pits, so...
Oh, Whitey boys, look down the inside of... Oh, he has done!
He's got it!
Past R-bar.
Great move from Wisey Boy.
They navigate the castle section for the penultimate time.
They do indeed. Slater pushing hard to try and catch up with Don Ammo. 1.8 seconds the gap. Wisey Boy closing in on Dan for 3rd place.
We don't know if Don Ammo is even going to have this 5 seconds or not. We think he's served it, so...
Dan will have 5 seconds of course. Arbar will have 10. Whether or not those will be removed, it's up to those guys. If they want to appeal those penalties, they can do. And the stewarding panel will have a look, but...
I'll tell you what, it's a train from Arbar down, because Arbar's got no front wing, so it's just Wisey Boy and down. This is straight line speed for the podium.
It looks like the Racing Point's going to have it.
And Thomas is going to get past Arbar.
It's going to be who's latest on the brakes. Who's bravest out of these two?
Right.
Wisey Boy's gone for it. And he's got it. Great move from Wisey Boy later on the brakes.
Oh, Arbar's in the ball again. That was between him and Thomas. Mark's got past Rosa as well.
It's all happening further down the field. It's now looks like it's going to be, if Donamo gets his penalty, it's a 1-2 for Racing Point. If he doesn't, it's a 2-3.
Absolute carnage. Rick has got past Fallen with that down. Oh,
yeah. Oh, and I'm looking at his profile.
Thomas has got past Dan into turn 5. Is that fresher rubber?
Yeah, Faxland the next man to have a go at the Red Bull. I don't think he'll be able to get past in time. It's now going to be a battle for... Can Thomas get Wisey Boy for 3rd? I think that's the only one that's left.
Yeah. They've all... Arbar's got back past Mark. They've all safely negotiated the castle section.
Rosa and Racer need to keep an eye on those guys. Mark and Arbar as well, of course. Thomas pushing hard to catch up to Wisey Boy. Takes a lot of curb in there.
I'll tell you what, Dan,
but it's paid off. Thomas might get him on the line here.
Go on.
Thomas might get him on the line. 6.5 tenths down to 5.5 tenths.
He's closing in.
I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got it. If he had DRS, he would. I don't think he's quite got enough room. They drive for the line. Not enough for Thomas. Takes P4. Donamo wins. Big Slater in 2nd. Wisey Boy in 3rd. Great result for Racing Point.
Oh my words! Whoa! I have no idea who got that. We had a slipstream battle from 7th down to 10th.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that, everybody.
I saw it, so don't worry.
Yeah, that's just you can tell how close it was. Look at that cluster of cars in there all together.
I would love to know what happened between Profolis and Rosa, because it's not giving us the time.
It would be great, wouldn't it? They probably finished at the same point. It'll have gone down to microseconds.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that wasn't as what we expected, but I told you the last couple of laps.
It will all spice up. So, as we said at the start, Tier 2 coming in to show us all how it's done after last night's debacle. Donamo takes the win. His first since returning to the league. and I don't think he could have done it in much more style.
Loves this track as well. That's
He certainly does.
Wins in the last 2 races he's been here.
So Donamo, as we said, takes the win. Big Slater, great result. P18 to P2 for him. Wisey Boy in the other Racing Point, P12 to P3. Not a bad going for him. Thomas in P4 will be content, I think, but would have liked more from it. Faxland in P6, P5 even, great result for him. Dan Robber down to P6 with a 5-second penalty. I imagine that will be sent in for review, which would promote him into P5. Lewis P7, great result. I think Lewis won that drag race at the end there. Mark in P8, solid result there after the damage he had early on. Profodes in P9, and I missed who was P10.
Rosa in P10, Jamie P11, Jace at 12, Harbour unluckily I think 13th, and Fawn as well, very unfortunate because both running good positions.
So if you can do the honours and invite the top 3 in, I will back out of that lobby and get the winner's car on that rotating plinth. We're up to 64 viewers. Thank you all for joining us. Those of you who joined late on, at least you saw the main action of the race. Give me 1 second, everybody, while I just tweak the audio a little bit, just so you can hear the guys when they get in here. So, if you've got any questions you want me to ask the top 3, so Donamo, Slater and Wisey Boy, get them in the chat, please. And your vote for driver of the day as well. If you can put that in the chat. Whilst we're waiting for them to join, I'm going to do my plugs.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Classic plugs. So, if you have enjoyed yourselves and you want to hit the follow button, either on stream or if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can subscribe as well. That would be very much appreciated. We are nothing without our viewers. If you want to support us even further, you can go to our merch store. That's contestofspeed.live. And you can get yourself some merch from there and support the cause. Right then. I can hear my own voice. Who's got the stream on?
Not me.
Right then, if you guys can make sure your audio is set to be shared, and we shall begin.
I think it's not shared.
Right. Yeah, we'll start off then with our race winner, Donamo.
Yeah.
It's good to be back, right?
Yeah, it is awesome. Oh.
Yeah, so it looked like a pretty easy race for you once you got out at the front at the start there.
Yeah, I think I had a perfect start there. I was alongside into turn 1, and from there, I think after turn 2 I had almost 1.5 second gap, and I could build from there. And just, I was happy to have the pace on the other guys, and most of the guys I think some were in incidents. And then I could take out time in the castle section and everywhere dangerous, and just do a smooth drive to victory.
Yeah.
I was a bit scared in the end with the safety car because I had a 5-second penalty, but it got served in the pits. So
yeah, we did wonder. We weren't sure whether or not it would be able to be served, but you got it cleared and then just pushed on.
And I have to say that you, for India's or Racing Points, did a awesome job with the strategy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people asking why Slater went for 2 stops, and in the end, I don't think it would have mattered, but it's definitely paid off. But congratulations on your race win, mate.
Thank you very much.
Right. Moving on then, P2.
What's up?
Hello.
How's things?
Not too bad. A lot of people asking about your strategy choice.
I'm not very good on the hard tour. Just too slow on it. So I just said I might as well do medium, soft, because nearly every race we've done in Baku, the safety car comes out near the end, and I thought my soft tours.
Fair play.
I mean, for a weird chance.
Yeah. You didn't set a lap in qualifying, we noticed as well. Was that intentional or?
To be honest, I was looking at the times, and what was Paul 1:37.2, was it?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I thought a few of them would have been in the 36.9s, and then I was like, nah, I thought I wouldn't even get Paul, so I was like, what's the point of me? I wasn't good at qualifying, so I would have been in the mid pack, and I was like, there's a high chance of me getting damage. I was telling Moisey boy, and I said I might as well start at the back, avoid all the carnage, and just walk my way through.
He certainly did that. He did a great job. I'll be honest, when you came out of the pits on the mediums again, we were all wondering, why has he not come out on the hards? Because then you two would have just walked home to a podium, but because that late safety car throws everything else out the window and proves that the two-stop is the way to go.
Yeah, to be honest, like I didn't know what happened with Don Emma, because he's behind the safety car and he was able to go by it. And I thought he didn't think he wasn't able to go by it, and our time delta was plus 18 seconds.
Yeah.
I think it was something like that, yeah.
Fair play. Well, congratulations on P2, mate. Great job. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And it looks like you've got driver of the day as well.
Grant, thanks very much, everyone.
Fantastic. P3 then.
Hello.
Well, this is new, isn't it?
What? Me getting P3? New?
Yeah.
I've done it a couple of times.
New for us to tell it.
Yeah. We're normally the ones coming in behind you.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So, just talk us through your race then, mate. It seemed like it was a relatively simple one for you once you got clear of the other guys behind.
Yeah, well, started like P12 and carnage in the first corner, so gained a few positions there. And yeah, my strategy was just keep out of trouble, keep my wing clean, keep my nose clean. Yeah, and just it was very straightforward. It was just about consistency. I think my qualifying wasn't that great, but I think consistency was what kept me at the front, I guess. So yeah, I'm happy in the end. Safety car was a bit annoying. I don't really know what happened with, I think it was Dan. Didn't go past the safety car or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, that slowed us up a bit. Could have been a 1-2 potentially, but yeah, we're happy with P3. So
yeah, great stuff. Get Nico to give you a bonus for a podium finish.
I will, man. Thanks.
All right, great job. Hopefully we'll see you up here again soon.
Thank you.
Right then, so that's where we'll end it for tonight. Thank you everyone very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you want to watch some more Contest of Speed, you can tune in every weekday. And there will be a stream on Contest of Speed at either 10 PM in the UK or 2 AM in the UK. That's 5 PM or 9 PM Eastern. And there will always be a race on. We are in the week, yes.
Wow.
Yep. So you can tune in and watch some more action live with one of my colleagues talking to you, no doubt. Might even be me some nights. I get wrapped into all sorts of stuff. Make sure you hit the follow button and subscribe if you are new and you have enjoyed yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. Again, we'll see you next time. Good night.